What is going on? This is RagePlayComms, and we're actually doing something for once.
What?
We,
When did
Yeah,
we do
we're not
videos?
dead.
we're not dead, we're just lazy. But,
Yeah.
we watched the Sonic live stream, and we've had a day and a half to think about it a little bit, and this is our discussion video on it. So, what do you guys want to start with?
Let's start with
What about the myriad of technical problems?
I want to start with a buzz.
You mean the first hour of the stream, which is like a quarter of it?
Even
Yeah.
past that, there was a bunch of problems. They had the what's his face? He was going to show gameplay of Fire and Ice, and then it just cuts to the Sonic
no-
Boom voice actors.
There were no technical problems after the first hour.
But yeah,
That random cut for no reason wasn't a technical problem.
No.
I think it was weird. They
It's-
wanted to show things and they didn't. Like,
It's not a technical problem, it's a change in schedule.
well, yeah, because they were behind schedule, so they had to fucking rush through a lot of things.
Yeah, and there
They-
was, like, Aaron Weber's excuse for them being behind schedule was like, well, not everybody was able to get in time, we needed to delay it. And I'm sitting here like, well, that doesn't excuse why the stream, at least, went online then offline, then online then offline.
That was just technical problems.
And they had a lot more time to fix the audio issues for the first.
Waiting 30 minutes just to get Hyper Potions started.
30 minutes for anything to start, then Hyper Potions went on for like 45 minutes. During the middle of it, I actually sent Alex a message. I said, this was supposed to end half an hour ago. And it was like 45 minutes into it.
We were
Yeah.
supposed to get started half a minute ago.
So minus the basically the disaster of that live stream. I will say one thing that was funny was Mike Pollock actually acknowledged the issues,
Mhm.
the audio issues, and he made fun of it.
Yeah.
He's like, the B-bots are attacking the live stream. I'm like, oh,
The B
okay.
Did he say B-bots or buzz bombers?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
maybe both. I
In,
don't remember which one.
in Boom,
Depends
they're,
on the continuity.
in Boom, they're called B-bots. So
That makes sense.
So besides the technical difficulties,
there was
Both,
Tostinos.
Yeah, Totinos.
Totino.
oh, Totino's, jeez.
before we go to Totino's, do you guys remember when the audio got really, really bad? Like, it freaking spurted out. Burn!
Do you remember
Yeah.
when the presentation finally started? It cut off Aaron Weber, like he was silent for a full minute and a
Takashi
half,
Iizuka announced back in...
And it's like, what?
and then it was silence.
Announced
Dude,
what?
I was in a call. I was in a call with people when it was going on. I was like, he could be talking about the 25th anniversary game right now, and we
He
wouldn't
probably
know.
was.
That's what we were thinking of. And I remember that it got so bad when the audio like jumped back in. I actually threw my headset off because it
Yeah.
hurt my ears so bad.
It was like jump scares, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Like 30 seconds before they officially unveiled Sonic Mania, which we should save for last along Project 2017.
but no.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
I go
about
in
that.
order.
We'll talk about it later, but right now it's technically the live stream itself.
Like he was like Aaron Weber was like talking about something, and then he just cut off for 30 seconds, and then we just got the Mania trailer. and
No
we-
joke, I honestly thought that was an Aaron Weber troll. Like, it caught off at just the right time when he was talking
It
about
sounds like
Takashi.
something he'd do.
Yeah, it does. Like,
I blame Matt.
yes, blame Matt for everything.
I was
Yeah.
Tails channel for everything anyway, so
make Tails channel great again.
that's never gonna happen.
So anyway, no. All right. Besides that, we're gonna make this positive. No more shit talking. But past that.
We're gonna
So,
be sucking some dong tonight.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
I mean,
So again, so
to-
let's
And
beyond all the-
there's plenty of dong to suck.
Oh yeah. So besides
Oh.
the technical issues behind the live stream,
Hyper
we got our trailer for Sonic Mania because we're gonna start with that first in order, and I wasn't sure what to expect out of that. Like, I'm like, oh boy, is it gonna be a 3D game? Is it gonna be, there was a lot of
When they
things.
started showing the trailer and they showed up Christian Whitehead, I was like, are we finally getting Sonic 3 and Knuckles remastered?
no.
I was hoping so.
Yeah, we got
Considering the little text things in the, like, at the beginning of the trailer where they show all those games going forward into the future, and there was this text like, we went back to discover what made Sonic a gaming icon. I'm thinking, So, are they trying to go back to Sonic's roots?
Blast processing.
Yeah.
They tried that 6 years ago and they fucked up. So let's try it again.
Let's try it again and get good developers on it.
Yeah, and then instead of Dimps, we got Christian Whitehead. We have these 2 other companies I don't fucking know.
I think they're probably
like
associate.
I think they're like associates or friends of Christian Whitehead.
As awesome as Christian Whitehead is, I doubt he has the power to make a game like all himself.
Yeah, when the gameplay trailer popped up, I was 1, really fucking impressed with how it looked. 2, the physics for once actually looked, like they work. And
because it's Christian Whitehead.
Yeah, and I was just like, it's a good game. It's going to be a good game. But then I was also felt like there's something missing. Like, is that it? Is that the only game they're going to show off? But, I was expecting one.
The initial impression I got was like, that's it? Well, this is pretty good, but I wish we had more.
Yeah, what are you going to say, Chris?
I knew they were going to show off 2, and that Mania wasn't the big attraction. I mean, first of all, if you look at the time card, there's this question mark shit at the end of the schedule.
Yeah, they had an actual schedule.
Which they fucked up.
And they followed the events at least.
And so,
aside from there was a costume contest on there that they just totally fucking skipped.
Well, who on the live stream will want to see that, really?
I mean, why put it on the fucking time card then?
Well, those schedules are for people who actually attended the party.
Yeah,
they're not for the live streamers.
So after a bunch of bullshit we had to sit through.
Secondly, why would they put their trump card so early in the stream?
I don't know, but for after they announced Sonic Mania and everyone's minds were fucking blown, all the nostalgia tards were like, oh!
Yeah, like, can we talk about Sonic Mania for a little bit, or should we save that later?
We're talking about Sonic Mania now.
Yeah, I mean we are, but I was gonna continue onward, like through the stream itself, and then we could talk about the games as a whole afterwards.
All right, let's do that then.
All right, so after the Sonic Mania event, I think what the big thing that came next was Crush 40 coming on stage, and
after that they did Crush 40, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was, and
I totally missed it.
Yeah, because you're a
I hope they upload. I hope somebody uploads it somewhere because it was fucking awesome.
It was really fucking good, and what was funny at the end, the singer, he had to like kill time because it was
they had to kill time.
And
there's this thing in the entertainment business called killing time.
And he laid on the floor. He walked off stage. No, not in this order. Walked off stage, came back, and it was like, oh, okay. The guy.
And then they did another.
You're not gonna lose your fight. Yeah, he was talking about somebody like not losing their job or not getting fired. I was like, what a tool. And after they pretty much performed all of their songs, I think it was most of their songs, along with some of their non-Sonic songs.
Most of their big name Sonic songs, and then they did 2 of their originals.
And they didn't sound. The problem with those, they're good, but they didn't feel as catchy. But whatever.
I like their. Some of their non-Sonic stuff I think is better than their Sonic stuff. I wish they had done Sonic Youth because that would have been fucking perfect.
It would have.
Yeah. And then after that, I believe we had
Sonic Boom. Oh,
yeah,
Hello Kitty.
The Hello Kitty thing.
We had the Q&A first, I think.
Yeah, but we didn't see. I thought you were talking about the Sonic Boom Q&A. I was going to say we didn't see that.
No, yeah, but with the Q&A thing, one of the first, well, not the first question, but one of the questions was, will there be a Sonic Adventure 3?
That was the last question.
And Takashi Iizuka was basically like, nope.
Yeah, he was like, nope, perhaps in the future, but not right now.
Yeah, no plans for it currently.
Just had this huge ass shit gritty smile on his face. I don't know.
He probably has like some type of plan in the next game or something, but at first I thought he was just trolling because his translator was also laughing about it too. But I don't know.
They were probably trying to hide, like they probably felt pressure. They were trying to hide it by smiling and being all grinny.
Maybe it's a future. It probably will be a future game, but as of right now, whatever.
No,
I wasn't really
not working
after Project 2017. I wasn't really mad that there was no SA3. Even if there was no SA3 this year, I wouldn't really have been that pissed. I just only had 2 expectations, and they were both wrong, and I'm glad. And so after the Q&A, did they show the game after that?
No, it was
No.
Hello Kitty.
They did Hello Kitty after that.
All right. Now people are like, why are they doing this? Well, it's not very strange because Sega and Hello Kitty, the company behind them, did collaborate once, I believe, or a few times in the early 2000s or late 90s with the.
They also
Sega.
they announced a collaboration a couple years ago as well.
Yeah, that they made Sega Dreamcast, Hello Kitty Sega Dreamcast, a very limited amount of them, but like they're about $1,000, $2,000 on eBay. They're basically like clear, see-through, pink Dreamcasts, not bright pink, but they're pinkish with like a little Hello Kitty icon on it. Same goes for the controller. Cool, but I'm not paying that much for it unless I'm collecting every console for it or all the models of the Dreamcast.
I just flat out didn't care about the Hello Kitty crap.
Most
Neither
people
did I.
most people in America aren't. The only reason it exists is because Hello Kitty is big in Japan.
Yeah, and I saw that and I was like, all right. So then later on, because I forgot most of this, I forgot everything between Hello Kitty and the final game announcement.
Next, they talked about Season 2 of Boom and showed a preview.
They also did like a best of reel of Boom, but they chose like 3 clips, and out of context, they're not really all that funny.
Yeah, I think the preview they showed was actually not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, the Boom is a pretty good show.
Yeah.
It's
And I'm
not
probably
for me.
gonna watch season 2.
Like it was like all I can say about it is it's fine. It's just not for me. That style of humor is just not my kind.
It has like some decently clever writing. It's more of a Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, but not as fucking wacky.
It's like if AOSTH was a little smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one clip I wish they had shown in that best of, I don't remember what episode it's in, but there's a brief moment in one episode where they cut like to to live action footage, and it's Roger Craig Smith in a like makeshift Sonic costume.
Really? Fuck.
I don't even get what that joke's about.
Me either.
I don't remember the context entirely, but I remember it being pretty funny. After this,
Well-
I'll see if I can find it.
Well, Chowder did the same thing one time where the budget ran out.
Yeah, the budget
Oh
ran
yeah,
out. So
that
the
was
voice
not.
actors.
That was like the only moment I remember from Chowder.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
besides
No
that,
money means no animation. Sorry.
so after that, I
Lego
believe
Dimensions.
after that, they showed off a trailer for the new game. Now,
Lego-
what was
Lego
funny
They did
was...
Lego Dimensions as well.
Oh, well, yeah, Lego Dimensions, cool. That looks
I mean, the thing
quite-
is, Lego Dimensions does look fucking awesome.
I mean, Sonic looks really fun to play in it, but I'm not gonna get Lego Dimensions still.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of tempted because I mean, the Lego games are consistently good, and all these universes that I'm recognized and I'm interested in just makes it all the more tempting.
I think it'd be perfect for Chase because it has Portal, Doctor Who, and now Sonic.
That's one of the main reasons I was interested was because there's Portal in it.
And
The second
Doctor
they were
Who.
like, yeah, Doctor Who as well. The second they announced that Portal was going to be part of Lego Dimensions, I was like, all right, I'm buying this one day.
Now, Jesse, they got everything you like except for Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, there you go. So,
It's got
they-
something for pretty much everybody.
Like, I don't know if that world they showed off with Sonic, like in Green Hill Zone, was like its own little world that you can run around in, but that actually looks pretty fun. I will
It
admit.
I can't wait to see how somebody like Batman plays in that.
Batman running with the spinny feet.
Mhm.
I'm Batman!
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, 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 faster.
Do.
Batman X. Anyway,
Where are the drugs going?
where are the other chows going?
Where are the other chows going, Robotnik?
Where's the fourth Chaos Emerald? Anyway,
Where is he? Okay,
Now-
and
let's
then
let's move on to the the fucking bombshell, whatever you want to call it.
talk about
Project 2017.
since we're
Now-
talking about Project 2016, we might as well go back to Mania since we didn't talk about it that
Well,
much.
well, we're gonna.
We're gonna go over details later. We're just kind of recapping the
we
event.
skipped over the Totinos, though.
Oh yeah,
fuck-
Totino's. Totino's
Yeah.
was the best part.
Yeah,
So
no, stop
well,
that.
During
Stop.
the whole
You need to stop now.
Remember the Totino's taste test?
I did not. I
During the-
ignored that part of the stream.
like I think during the whole boom thing, while someone was trying to like watch Fire or show us Fire and Ice stuff, they were like, by the way, Totino's.
Yeah, they had the Totino's logo still there, and I get it. Like Totino's was sponsoring them, but that's just funny.
But nobody fucking cared.
Well,
so
the memers did.
Yeah, we got dank memes.
We're gonna have dank memes. Thank you. But yes, I want to explain our reaction, at least for me and my group here, the Jesse, Cris, and Sam. When we were watching it, everyone was shushing each other when the trailer popped up, and there was like this like what do you call it, tense feeling when the trailer was playing because we weren't sure what to expect.
Yeah.
Then we saw modern Sonic in like this desolate looking version.
Here's what happened. Like it was a very intense feeling. Like we were just waiting. Like we were waiting the whole stream for this one moment to see what the heck this new game is. Like this is the main attraction. What the heck is this? And Cris was shushing everybody, and then it said from the makers of Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, and I'm like, oh.
And I was like, oh great, another boost game. But besides that,
it's probably not going to be a boost game, honestly.
Better not be. But anyway, when I saw it was by them, I was like, oh, great. I mean, great, that'll be a good game, but great. It's in theory, it might be another boost game, but if it's not, then good. If it has, like, a mixture of Sonic Adventure gameplay and a Generations gameplay, then I'd be great with that. It'd be fucking 10 out of 10. Best Sonic game ever. But when we saw the trailer and it was all desolate and post-apocalyptic, I was like, oh, God. Is this Sonic 06 remake?
06 remaster.
I'm gonna be honest. When I saw this, I was like, "Is Silver finally getting his own game?"
I joked about that. I was like, "It's the Silver the Hedgehog game we've all been waiting for."
I seriously thought that was Silver, but then I'm like, "Oh, there's the. All right, it's blue. Okay, good." But yeah, it has a darker tone, and I was like, "This should be interesting. It's not going to be comical and over the top stupid." But then we saw classic Sonic, and I was like, why? That's fine.
Who could have predicted classic Sonic of all people to pop in?
Not really anybody. Because we were told, besides the anniversary stuff or special occasions, classic Sonic wouldn't be used. And we kind of forgot about that.
And also for Sonic Dash. He's in that too.
Oh yeah. Free update, go get it.
Finally we can get a new level.
Yeah, finally. It's been too many years. But yeah, we saw classic Sonic, and there wasn't much beyond that. After that, the trailer just ended. But what was weird is, obviously, it's a post-apocalyptic looking kind of setting, and it was like saying, join the Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, join the Resistance? Like, what the hell kind of thing is this? So, it looks like a Destroyed City Escape-esque area, or...
I don't think it's City Escape like many people say it is. I honestly don't think
it is. I think it's just a destroyed city.
Yeah.
My question is how to get to this point is they said it is not a sequel to Generations. They've confirmed that.
And also, freaking Izuka is stressed as like, this is a completely new experience. Like,
meanwhile, Generations 2 is what ended up trending because people are fucking stupid, I guess.
Well, I mean, like, no, they're not stupid for thinking that. Like, the last time we saw a classic Sonic, modern Sonic mix in 3D like this was Sonic Generations in 2011. So, it's an instant gut reaction. Like, I get that, but we don't know. We don't know.
I could get it if they hadn't confirmed right before and immediately after they showed the trailer that it wasn't a sequel. Then I could understand it.
I think at that point, I want to make excuses for people, but I think we were so focused on what the game was going to be, we weren't really paying attention too much to it, or at least they weren't. Like they were just like getting hyped, and they're just when people get overly focused or overly hyped, they don't pay attention to the details or what someone says. Just show us the goddamn game, whatever. Move on.
Like it's such a classic Sonic is such an oddball in the discussion because we don't know how he's going to be used in the game. It's a fairly safe assumption that he's going to be used for gameplay. But that join the Resistance is throwing me off. Does that mean that there's more people in this Resistance? Are we gonna play as more characters that they haven't shown off yet? Is this
finally a game based on the comics?
Yeah. Also, another thing I noticed in the trailer, we get a destroyed city, but it's not by a mythic creature. It's by Eggman's robots.
Yeah, or
Finally,
they
he'll
could be
do
someone,
something.
or they could be someone else's robots, but it's most likely Eggman's.
It's Eggman's.
They're robots either way.
It's Eggman's. They have to be Eggman's.
When I saw the fire and all that, I'm like, oh god, is that Iblis? Well, like, oh, okay, no, it's not good. But man, anyway, we could go. Now that we described what we saw. Oh yeah, both games are coming out spring 2017 for Sonic Mania and holiday 2017 for Project 2017.
And
whatever.
I predict March for Mania and November for Project 2017.
Also, what's funny is Sonic was confirmed for the NX before Mario was.
Sonic's one of the first things that's been confirmed for the NX. We still don't really know shit about the NX.
Well, minus Dragon Quest 11, but
Actually, can I get this?
Do we even have Dragon Quest fucking 10 yet?
no, we're not gonna get it. It's an It's an MMO, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but
We're not
I
gonna
kind
get
of
it.
want to just kind of put this out there about my thoughts. All right.
Yeah.
It's cool to see the modern and classic team up again, but I don't know. It feels a little too soon, you know, because the last game that mattered was Lost World, and then before
Yeah.
that was Generations, literally 2 games ago. And I don't know.
in terms of like game numbers, maybe it's been a little too soon, but it's been, by the time the game comes out, it will have been 6 years.
I know, but there's also like I don't want Sega to like just have to think to myself, oh, we can't make a good Sonic game if there's without classic Sonic in it.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is, especially with Sonic Mania, they're trying to appeal to the old audience the most, and they're going to bring in a new audience.
I don't know. It's just Sonic Mania good. I just feel like him being in the 2017 game, like, does he really need to be there?
If it's for the anniversary, pretty much.
If he's not there to be driven by nostalgia, then fine. Which he probably will be, but I don't mind.
I think the only reason he's there is because it's an anniversary game. If it was just, random Sonic game coming out in 2017, he probably would be there.
Yeah, like I'm thinking when I first saw him, I'm like, oh, great, it's gonna be a Generations game again because I immediately thought that.
Whoa! What if he's not there for just the anniversary? Like, I'm actually kind of with Chris on this one. Like, it's weird to see him. It's weird to see classic Sonic again like this, and like again, we don't know how he's going to be used in the game at all. We can only go off of what this trailer shows us.
And again, I don't want Sega to teach themselves, oh, we can't have a good game without these two being paired together.
Like, you know what?
I think modern Sonic needs some time, to himself to breathe.
But, here's something interesting. Now, is Lost World confirmed to be a sequel to Generations, or is that just its own random thing?
It's its own thing.
All right, if we go, maybe this game. I know it's not a sequel to Generations. They said it's not, but let's have a little theory. Between the time traveling bullshit that the Time Eater caused in Generations, maybe some events got really fucked up, and Eggman actually won. Kind of like how that one Sonic show, what the fuck was it called? Sad AM, how Eggman or Robotnik fucking had the whole world under his control mostly.
Basically,
What if all that time traveling shit fucked up? The timeline.
I think if anything, if it has any sort of tie into Generations, it has to do with the classic and modern Eggman teaming up. Honestly,
yeah. I could see them maybe making references to Generations, but I doubt it'd actually follow up plot elements of that game.
You want to know what people are theorizing?
What?
That in terms of story, this is the follow-up to Chronicles.
Why?
Because
why though?
Because the whole, I imagine probably because of the whole resistance thing.
That's stupid.
Because Chronicles ended with Sonic and his team returning to Earth, but Eggman had it conquered for many years due to time-space bullshit, and yeah.
But then what classic Sonic? The fuck?
I don't know.
Who the fuck knows? That's one of the reasons why it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Also,
I think timeline-wise, they haven't given a shit ever since Shadow the Hedgehog.
Nope.
In general, Sonic is not a thing for story. At least the games, anyway.
Speaking of story, I have to get this out there. Like, I looked at this trailer, and I looked at the trailer for Sonic Generations back in 2011, the very first one they showed, And there were a couple of interesting things I noticed. Like in the announcement trailer for Generations, it was just straight up CG, and it was all just that. It was just showing us classic and modern Sonic running together, and that's it. With this one, it's framed almost like a movie trailer. Like, in the darkest of times, a hero stands up, but a hero needs help. Join the resistance. So does that mean it's going to be more story focused?
Well, if they're doing,
or it could be they handled the story just more in a more cinematic manner.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think the story is most definitely getting more of a focus here than it has been since Colors.
And hopefully they got actually, good writers for it.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking for a like top keck over the top Sonic story. No, I don't want anything like Adventure 2 again or Sonic 06. Like Unleashed, for example, was a really good story for a Sonic game. But if this game, from what I'm seeing, the environments and how they played up the trailer, I am expecting some type of deep story. Not super deep, but
deep.
I'm just expecting a competent story.
I'm expecting something that's not, and excuse my French, but retarded.
But I'm not saying I want it. Or
like, okay,
if they don't have it, if they don't have a deep story, then fine, whatever. I don't care.
I don't want Colors again. I don't want Lost World again.
Yeah.
Keep that shit with Boom. All right.
Yeah, we don't need I'm not saying we don't need a cheesy story, but based on what it looks like, I don't think a cheesy plot would work in this game.
Yeah,
No,
I doubt it.
probably
They'd probably have a couple wisecracks from Sonic just because that's how the character is, but it's not going to be a lighthearted story.
And the second thing I noticed about the announcement trailers, the Sonic Generations trailer, what came out 7 months before the game released. This came out a year and a half before the time release, or the time window release.
That's
you want to build up more hype.
That's how the
More
game,
hype.
That's how
Well,
game-
first off, it's more hype, and second off, that's telling me that they're actually taking their time with this one.
Because if you noticed, every what do you call it, anniversary for the past, well, I don't know. I don't know if the 5th anniversary counts for anything, because that was what, Sonic 3D Blast.
Last.
No, it's
And that wasn't even really an anniversary
Sonic
game.
the
It just kind
Fighters.
of happened that year.
Sonic the Fighters, obviously, duh.
All right. So on the 10th anniversary, Sonic Adventure 2 came out in the year of the anniversary. The 15th,
Yeah.
Sonic
Actually,
06.
no,
Sonic
every
06,
anniversary.
I was gonna say, for those who are like, looks like Sonic's missing his mark. Remember 10 years ago when he didn't miss the mark?
Yeah, but anyway, Sonic 06 unfortunately came out on the what do you call it, anniversary year, when it was supposed to come out in fucking 2007, as far as I hear.
Yeah.
And
I'm just, anytime you see someone like, oh man, Sonic's missing his anniversary date. Remember when he didn't?
If these games are great, then I don't think we'll have to worry about that anymore. Like, and also, if these games are great, that means Sega and Sonic Team learned their lesson to take their time with the games and not rush them out to meet deadlines.
Well,
They said they wanted. They said I think it was last year that they wanted to focus more on actual quality.
Yeah.
Instead of pumping shit out for quick money.
And there was a tweet. I think Aaron Weber actually himself came out and said this. They believe in spending. They believe in spending a good bit of time to get it right. Like, I need to go find the quote again. Hang on, you guys can talk. I'll go find the quote.
But then 2011, which I was kind of shocked that they actually were able to get it out on the anniversary and actually have it good. But I think they've had 3 years to work on that, didn't they? Since Unleashed.
Yeah.
And they had a smaller team work on Colors.
Yeah. Like Mike, like my only concern is I just hope this don't turn into a Mighty Number 9 problem.
Oh, it won't.
I doubt it.
I don't see it happening this time. Because one, I mean, as like questionable as Sonic Team can be, we can admit, which I will, Sonic Lost World was not a bad game. It was an okay game. They tried something new, and it didn't, really work 100%. But it's not a bad game. There's barely any glitches.
And as shitty as Boom, at least Rise of Lyric is, it shouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, that was obviously a pretty bad game when you think about it. but that was handled by a no-name company.
And plus, it's not an entry into the mainstream. It's a spin-off by technicality.
Well, not even by technicality, it is definitely a spin-off.
The problem is...
Go ahead.
Anyway, the problem is... The problem is with Boom is that they marketed it up and they hyped it up to be, a new era of Sonic for North America and stuff. And they sell these promises that, Naughty Dog people came in to work. And we didn't even know what position in Naughty Dog they were doing.
Oh, yeah, that is
what they worked at.
I forgot.
Actually,
it was just like low tier. It was like low tier assholes who worked on fucking Jack and Daxter.
I remember one was like working on art for like Uncharted and Jack and Daxter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really low tier, guys. It's nobody that actually mattered, like lead director of Crash Bandicoot or whatever.
Yeah. So fucking basically no programmers from Naughty Dog actually worked there. So that's a bit of a problem. But Big Red Button was a no-name company, and a lot of people left during the development of the game, just like 06, which caused issues. And they only had one QA tester, so that says a lot about them giving a shit.
I don't think Big Red Button is even gonna exist in a few years.
Big Red Button is fucked.
Yeah. By the way, I found the quote. This was back in February. There was this video that came out with the numbers 4116, and people were speculating that maybe they'll announce the new game then. And then this was the comment. I know at least half of you reading this are thinking, hey, are you announcing anything big today, like Sonic Labyrinth 2 or Tales Sky Patrol 4? What's the scoop? But you'll need to be patient for a while longer. Good things take time, and we're sticking to that.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, I think that's more or less a confirmation that they want to take their time and get these games right, which is why they're delaying it a year after the anniversary.
Which I am completely okay with. At the same time, obviously I'm okay with it because I want the game to be the best it can be, like Generations. Except this game is probably going to be a lot bigger than Generations. With what the hell is it? With it being delayed to next year, I'm a bit annoyed that we have to wait longer, because I really didn't expect it to come out in 2017.
Again, Sonic Generations is a great game with serviceable content, but it does feel a little small.
Bare bones.
Yeah, like once you're playing the game consistently for a few months, you're just tired out. You've seen everything it has to offer. Moving on.
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget this game is not being held back by last generation consoles.
Speaking of console capabilities, I honestly thought what they showed was in-game footage, but they didn't specify, so I don't know.
It more than likely is probably a pre-rendered trailer, but I doubt. I'm pretty sure the full game will look amazing.
It'll look somewhat similar to it. Like I like to use these kind of games for an example, like realism games, but you know how, say, Arkham Knight or any Naughty Dog game, when they transition from a cutscene to the game, that they're really similar, minus some details like their voice acting, lip syncing, and all that.
No, you want a game that actually transitions from pre-rendered cutscene to gameplay pretty well? Tekken 7. Go look at the E3 trailer at that again.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm saying they're going to transition.
Arkham Knight did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's some things that were toned down for the end gameplay stuff, but you barely noticed it.
Yeah, it's a lot of minor details.
I honestly think that maybe Sonic Team is aiming for maybe a Pixar-esque look for the game. I hope that's what they're aiming for.
That's certainly what that trailer gives off.
That's what. Yeah, I was gonna say, because Sonic looked a little bit different. Like his model looked better, like really good. I was like,
classic Sonic.
No, his modern form. Classic Sonic looks just about the same, just a little bit more detailed, I guess. Yeah. Basically, the game is high res. That's really it. But really, I don't know, man. This game looks like it's going to be really fucking good.
It definitely looks interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing with it.
Now, did we skim over Sonic Mania?
Yes, we
did.
did.
Said nothing about Mania.
All right, so Sonic Mania, holy shit. When I saw this, I was really excited, but that obviously, as I said before, I thought that was the only game. But that's already been, we already figured out.
Here's how I can summarize Sonic Mania. if you were disappointed by Sonic 4 and you like the advanced games, but you don't think they compared to the Genesis games, Sonic
Which I don't.
Sonic Mania is the game for you.
Sonic Mania is what you were looking for.
Like, when I was looking up gameplay and stuff, and music, the graphics, holy shit, I was just, like, impressed on every level. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, that's cool, really cool. But then I looked more into it, the animations are, like, really damn good, the frame rate is smooth as fucking butter, as far as I can tell.
Taxman pretty much said this is what a 2D Sonic game would look like on the Saturn.
Oh, dude.
Probably.
Could you imagine? Dude, I'd fucking... that would have been
Well,
awesome.
now that the copyright thing on the Saturn is
Cracked.
cracked,
By
they can probably put a Sonic game on there.
But
Somebody
hang
will
on.
find a way to get Mania on the Saturn. You know they will.
So
Somehow.
I think this is pretty accurate to my reaction, Alex's reaction, and especially Chris's reaction to the gameplay, or at least the trailer for Sonic Mania.
Well, my reaction...
I suggest editing that in later because that's a little hard to hear.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong though?
Well, I wasn't like orgasming. I was more like
I was
like, wow. I wasn't like, oh, but I was more like, wow, that's really fucking good looking. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like. I know it's weird to say that pixels look better than freaking smoother
Models?
stuff, but it does. Yeah, models. Like
It's not
it just looks so much. It just looked so much more vibrant and cool looking. than Sonic
it
4.
works. It works better on some characters, and it works better, or it doesn't work as good as other characters. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Mario, it looks okay. Actually, the best example is Donkey Kong
Donkey
Country,
Kong.
Tropical Freeze, and Returns. That works perfectly.
That works perfectly.
That looks good.
Because I gotta be honest, for as revolutionary as DKC was graphically wise, it's aged.
I love the way that game looks still, but like if you're playing like a fast-paced platformer, having like all this like 3D backgrounds and models are kind of weird and disorienting. Sonic 4 Episode 2 and obviously Episode 1 had that issue.
Episode 1 also had the problem of plastic grass.
Yeah, like this.
Oh yeah.
This not only looks like good on its own, but like it looks like the next necessary step in like the classic Sonic series, if that makes sense. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It looks like how the series would have progressed had they kept making 2D games.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of think the name's a little dumb, but
I like it.
I like the name because if they call it Sonic 4, which they fucking can't, there wouldn't be as much expectation, I guess.
Mhm.
Is it a game on its own? Which honestly, what?
Sorry, I just thought about
Sonic's
this.
Wacky Worlds.
So, I heard a rumor back in the day that they were originally going to title Sonic 4 Episode 1 something else, but they decided to call it Sonic 4 because it would boost in sales. What if the name of that was Sonic Mania?
That would have been. I probably would have gotten a lot less hate because there wouldn't be as much expectation with it being a Sonic 4 game. And
It still
Sonic
would have
4,
gotten a lot of flack though.
yeah.
Because like one of the things with Sonic 4, a lot of people complain about the physics not representing the classic games, and that's one thing. But the physics are just bad in general.
Oh yeah. Walking up walls. Fuck yeah, we got you, fam.
Walk up walls, rolling is essentially worthless, and that's a problem Generations had too.
And then we saw Sonic Mania,
and
we
Episode
saw,
2. Honestly, the rolling in that was useless too. Nobody.
It was a little bit
Episode
better.
2 made the physics better, but they're still not great.
Rolling is useless, flat out. Even if even the physics are better. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out there.
Yeah, when I'm looking at like Mania with how he jumps and how like there wasn't enough to really get an idea of like how it's gonna work 100%, but you could just see how he moved and how natural it looked. Like the old games, I was like, yes. And
it looks smooth. It looks
Christian
smooth
Whitehead
as
like
butter.
Christian Whitehead really knows how the old Sonic games work, and he can emulate that basically perfectly.
also, I love the addition, and I actually have heard that there are haters of this, but I love the implementation of this drop dash thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when I'm playing like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, whichever game, especially Sonic CD, like the way some platforms are designed, like you just jump and you just get stuck and you just want to like just get fucking moving, that would help you. I hope it's not something you can abuse, but you probably can.
I mean, there's always something you can abuse. You could abuse the spin dash in Generations.
Yeah. That spin dash was. Ugh, I didn't really like that spin dash, to be honest.
I mean, the spin dash itself is fine because it'll launch you across fucking levels.
Yeah, which
it's not accurate, but it's awesome.
Which is what I didn't really like about Generations, with that specifically, because
I like the idea of the what is it called? The air dash? No, it's not the air dash.
Drop dash.
Drop dash. That's what it's called. Like, if I'm jumping from one section of the level to a much lower section, like let's say I'm on the high road and I want to jump down way low to the base level of the entire stage, and I want to get up to speed really quickly, I can use the drop dash to get up to speed really quickly if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But my issue, like, it's not really an issue, it's more of a concern. Like, how do you pull off the drop dash? Because the only way, like, in my mind that I could see somebody pulling it off is if you're holding down on the D-pad while you're in midair.
Well,
I get it. The way I think they're probably going to do it is handle it sort of like the stomp in the 3D games, except when you hit the ground, it'll just keep you going.
Like, you jump and you push, like, for maybe in the 2D one, you push, like, triangle or circle or something, because, like, you've seen, like, Sonic jump around and not go into the drop dash, but because you see,
I imagine they have it set.
You see, like, a little animation before he does it. So
I imagine they have it set to its own button, because having it set to something else would just be having it set to something that's already in use would be weird.
Like, I would think it'd be like the D-pad holding down, which in theory I guess would work, because you hold down.
That'd make rolling basically impossible though if you were jumping.
Yeah. But we'll see. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like they'd just assign it to one of the face buttons, because with the classic Sonic game, normally you'd have jump and that's about it.
Yeah. I wonder if the elemental shields are back, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
I didn't see any, but I don't really want to see it.
They didn't show them
in the
off,
gameplay. Like there's a video by Game Explain where they show like 10 minutes of it, and they show off the fire shield. Boy.
Boy. Oh, I can't wait for the electric shield. And the
electric shield is still the only one I care about, so.
Because double jump.
Unless I'm underwater.
And also rings.
And
which I think.
I don't
know what else to say.
A couple of minor things, and also, well, a couple of minor things. Then we need to talk about Studiopolis.
Yeah, I was about to talk about that.
The one minor thing I want to bring up is, this is kind of a weird thing. The model for Sonic, it looks like a cleaned up Sonic 2 sprite with a brighter blue, and it actually looks really dang cool. I'm happy that
it looks a little more like the Sonic 2 sprite, because much as I love Sonic 3, the Sonic sprite in that game is fucking ugly.
I've been used to the Sonic 3 what do you call it, sprite for so long. I didn't really mind it.
I'm actually gonna side with Chase on this one. The Sonic 3 sprite is not that great looking, as odd as that sounds.
Like Tails and Knuckles sprites look awesome, but there's just something off about Sonic's. I don't know what it is.
Sonic 1 and 2 sprites were just too, I don't know, cutesy for my liking. And Sonic 4, it actually makes him look kind of cool and gives him, and it just works better for him, honestly.
Are you talking about
Sonic? they gave him better animations, like his the victory pose, but the sprite itself, just in its neutral, just standing there state is. I also didn't really like the Sonic 3's Super Sonic sprite as much as I did 2's.
I don't really care for Super Sonic and Sonic 2, but anyway, but yeah, with Studiopolis, which that doesn't work. That doesn't sound right to me. But Studiopolis. Oh my fucking.
Anyway, you know, at
least pronounce it with me, Stu.
No, I'm not gonna. Whatever.
At least it's easier to say. At least you can decipher it, unlike fucking Casinopolis or Casino.
It's Casinopolis, you don't.
Look, I don't fucking know. I've heard it said both ways.
It's like kind of like Hydrocity and Hydro City. It's Hydro City.
That's definitely Hydrocity because it's one word.
It's Hydro City.
Hydro City.
Hydro City.
But anyway, we'll talk about that later, or a different discussion. Pronounces or whatever in Sonic games. But anyway, one thing that was
next Rage Play discussion: is it Hydro City or Hydrocity?
Yeah, but anyway, with this level, there were a lot of references to other Sega franchises. We had Streets of Rage. We had Daytona. There was one, but this isn't a reference to any of their other games, but I found this kind of funny. I paused one of the trailers at the right moment, and I saw behind the popcorn machine it said eggnog, and it showed Eggman's face in there.
Isn't that popcorn machine? Isn't that popcorn machine itself a reference to something Sega related?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a sign. There was also a sign. I don't remember what the sign says, but it's a reference to one of the Streets of Rage games. It's the same sign.
Yeah. And also, for the popcorn game, it was not really an arcade game, but it was like a mix. I guess you could say it was a mixture of an arcade mini game with a popcorn machine. There were 3 flavors that you could have. You have plain, salt, and butter.
Salt, butter, and curry.
Salt.
Yeah, and
I think that's the flavor most of the internet must have.
Yeah, and you just push buttons on the game, and you would just have to do something in the game. Just get your popcorn done and ready, which is perfect for kids.
Well,
that'd be fun.
Regardless of how well you do, you never lose. You get
popcorn either way.
Yeah.
Just push buttons faster to get your popcorn faster.
As for the stages, looks color-wise, the color palette looks very much like Sonic CD, but the actual design looks very Sonic 3 to me.
Which if you have Sonic 3 design, I give it 11 out of 10. That's
stages
my
it looks what's the word, ambitious, big, but it's not crazy like Sonic CD.
The one original stage they showed off, its color palette is near blinding.
Oh,
it's bright as fuck.
Maybe well, if it was off-screen gameplay, then yeah, it looked really fucking bright.
No, I mean even the direct footage they showed in the trailer is really damn bright.
No,
it didn't bother me too much.
I'm watching it right now. It's not incredibly bright. It's just vibrant.
Yeah.
Like I said, it color-wise, it looks like Sonic CD, but design-wise, the way the stages are laid out, it looks like Sonic 3, based on the gameplay.
I like how it's not trying to replicate Sonic 2, even to an extent Sonic 1, because Sonic 1, while it was slightly explorative, it just felt very basic. And then with Sonic 2, what the fuck? Sonic
1 is essentially a proof of concept for the series.
Sonic 2, you could, at least in the early stages, you really didn't have to think too much to get through the stages. They felt very...
You can breeze by them really quickly.
They're very horizontal.
Yes.
Except for Metropolis Zone
Metropolis
2.
is mostly vertical just throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, with Sonic 3, you have a good mixture of horizontal and vertical.
Yeah, but
because you also have your 2 other characters, you can actually.
I think 2 does a good. I think 2 and 3 do a good job of allowing the player to choose whether or not they want to go fast or not, especially 2. But yeah, design-wise, 3 is better, but I have a little bit more fun with 2.
Sonic 3, you can go fast, which is
you
fine.
Can go
not
fast.
All the time.
You're just not given as much. You're still given a whole lot of room to go fast, but just not as much as Sonic 2 gave you room to go fast.
Yeah, I like 3 because since you have the 2 other characters, Tails and Knuckles, Tails can actually fly on his own for once. You have all the vertical places you can go and places Sonic can go. Same goes for Knuckles. All right, for example, which I don't understand why this part exists in the game. But if you go in Hidden Palace Zone as Tails, if you fly to certain areas in a certain way, you can reach this platform that has 5 or 6 ring boxes that has 1 of each power-up, extra life, and something else.
Invincibility. It has everything.
Have you ever seen that or no?
Yeah.
I've seen it pulled off a few times. I've never gotten to it, but I've seen it done.
I remember when I found it, I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" But I was like, "Oh, okay. So you find hidden shit, man." I wonder how Tails and Knuckles are gonna look in the game too.
A few more things on my end. The music in Studiopolis.
I haven't. Outside of the trailer, I haven't listened to the music.
Listen to it, please.
It's not too bad. I liked it.
Please.
I could, but I want to expose myself to as little of it as possible. That's also why I haven't really watched any of the uploaded gameplay people have put up there.
Okay. I
watched the trailer. I watched a little bit of the footage that GameSpot showed off because they only did 2 or 3 minutes, and that was it.
But Studiopolis sounds awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah,
apparently the flash drives they gave out at the event also have the main the title theme on there. So can't wait for that to be uploaded.
The title theme, the invincibility theme, and Studiopolis.
I like the music at the end of the Sonic Mania trailer. That was awesome. I don't know. It was good. Also, look on Facebook.
After.
I mean,
It's related to the game.
Okay.
If it's funny enough, put it on. If it's funny enough, future Jesse, put this on screen.
No.
No, okay.
Anyway.
Well, fuck you then, future Jesse.
Two more things. The only thing that like slightly made me raise an eyebrow was Green Hill.
Well, it's a recreation and all that, mostly.
Well, I mean, like I get why they're banking on the nostalgia card so often. It's because it works, especially for business. But they're banking on the nostalgia card, and it's gonna get old. It's just gonna get old.
It got old to me by the time Lost World came out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't mind them doing it for anniversary games because that's kind of the intention.
Yeah,
but if they keep doing it for stuff outside of the anniversary games, then I'm gonna start questioning.
Mania, I accept it. 2017, I'll need to see more, but whatever.
2017 is an anniversary game as well, so I can let it slide.
I guess having Green Hill is better than a knockoff of Green Hill. But
yeah, they might as well.
yeah. I mean, like, the design of Green Hill, besides, like, the first chunk of it, is entirely different, which is good.
Yeah, I know they're doing, like, redesigned stages, basically kind of how Sonic 4 did it.
Yeah, like, I'm watching the gameplay footage right now. Like, the first chunk of Green Hill is basically Green Hill Act 1, but then it completely changes when you get to a certain part of it. And the design, I just got nothing but good things to say, other than the fact that Green Hill exists about Sonic Mania. Like, what I wanted to see in a future Sonic game before they announced Mania was a game that would go back to the roots of using speed as a tool and not as a means for spectacle, like the Boost games did. Like, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic, and Sonic Generations especially, the Boost was good, but you're using it more as a sense of a. It felt more like I cannot get this.
You
out.
use it because it looks cool rather than
it looks
because
cool.
it
It's an adrenaline. It's an adrenaline rush. And other than that, you can't really use speed as much of a tool to get to different paths on the level, which is something that you could abuse and exploit in the classic games. Which
there are some stages in Generations where you can do that. Like, you basically have to use the boost to get into some of those extra pathways in Chemical Plant.
Yeah, I'm not denying there are parts in Generations where you have to use speed to your advantage to get to different points of the level, but you're not given as much freedom to do so. Most of the time, the boost and the spin dash are just to get you going faster, and that's it. Speed is a tool that you can use. It's an ability that Sonic has. Like, speed is his gimmick, I get that, but, like, it's not the only thing that he's known for. The games are platformers first and foremost.
That's something that a lot of people don't seem to get. Like, a Sonic game would be called bad because it's slow, and I'm thinking, you realize that it's about a balance, right?
Well, yeah, a balance, and giving the player the freedom to do what they want. Sonic 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it looks like it being a classic game, it's going back to those roots, and I'm really, really happy it's going back to those roots.
It's going back to the past.
It is.
All the games that don't suck ass.
Yeah.
To play the great games that don't suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm really looking forward to Sonic Mania, and I'm interested in Project Sonic 2017, but I need to see more. Basically what everybody else has said.
I'm more interested in Mania just because we've seen more of that.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm more interested in 2017 because it looks to be something new and just that mystery.
Well, I don't really have that much to say. So,
although one thing I want to mention that sort of is related to 2017, not even an hour after, I doubt this actually means anything, but not even an hour after the stream ended, Ian Flynn tweeted about how he was like, if I was writing Project 2017, I wouldn't be able to tell you, and he did this whole thing. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean anything, but that tweet makes me wonder if they actually got Ian Flynn to write the game.
He could be writing it. He could be fucking with you.
Yeah, that's why I'm not, buying into anything yet. But it's a little fishy, seeing that tweet like immediately or not long after.
I'm glad you're learning after my paranoia with Gravity Falls, Chase.
That show, man, it makes you start to think.
Yeah.
About everything.
Well, Chase,
I don't even want to like wonder how the people who are participating in the real life cypher hunts right now are going to be after it's all over.
Well, the reason that rumor started is because apparently Flynn and Evan Stanley might be helping write it for season 2 of Boom.
Man, that should be good.
Mm-hmm.
If they are.
Yeah. But I mean, if Ian Flynn is writing the story for Project 2017, we're pretty much guaranteed a good story then.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, that's basically our first impressions. We got nothing else to say.
Yeah,
Totino's. Go buy Totino's.
Go buy Totino's.
Brought to you by Totino's. The walking
and
tacos.